everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to talk about these two kits that I found at Walmart. They had a duck and a piece of pizza in this kit, and then they had a bee in this kit that I did not get, but I did get one of each so that I could review them, see what they're like. This one says it's for beginner. This one says it's intermediate, so this one is clear, this one is not, but it does show the stuff on the back. So I'm going to open them up and we're going to take a look and see what's inside. This one reminds me of the Michaels and Hobby Lobby kits. Okay, so they both have instruction sheets, they both have stuffing, they both have yarn. This one has chenille yarn, this one has the yarn that is like easy beginner, they call it. Woobles, they sell it at Hobby Lobby, they sell it at Michaels, they sell it a lot of places now. And it comes with, this kit came with a metal tapestry needle, 2 eyes, a stitch marker, and a metal hook. And this one came with 3 eyes, a plastic tapestry needle, and a plastic hook. So the instructions for the chicken are made by the same people that do the Michaels kits. And the instructions for the Kaylee the cat is a piece of paper, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and there is a QR code on both sheets for help, and I will check those. Instructions look fairly decent. There's basic stitches on the back, but I'm sure the instructions, the video instructions, will give more detailed information. So my goal is to make both these kits and come back to you and let you know what I think about them. This one is beginner, this one is intermediate. So I will give you my opinion on all of this when I come back. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, before I run off, I checked to make sure the videos work, and they both work perfectly. They both are speaking and instructional for the videos to make the individual amigurumis. So that's great. I do not need the instructions, so I'm not going to watch it, but it does work in case you do need it. So I'm going to go make them. Okay, so I have the chicken finished. I did not use the pink yarn for blush. It's really, I don't know. I don't like the way it looks, so I did not use that. The yarn is dyed from the yarn sitting next to the red, so there's pink all over it. I think I captured a picture when I opened it up. I'll insert that here if I did. This is how much red I had left. I did not use the eyes that came in the package. The eyes actually come apart, so if you put the eyes on, and then I always check to see if they come apart when it's in the product, and they do. They pop right back out. So if a kid was going to eat that, I would feel so bad. So I didn't use them. I used my safety eyes that I purchased years ago, and they are super secure, and they're super secure and safe. So I used those. The kit is okay. I changed the beak a bit because the instructions essentially said to chain, and it didn't look like a beak. It didn't look like a beak. So what I did was I chained 4, put a single crochet in the first stitch, 2 half double crochets, and then a single crochet in the last, and then I sewed it onto the face. Other than that, I followed it to a T. Because the yarn was dyed, I didn't want to finish it with the dyed yarn, so I used Premier's chenille from the grab bags, the stash bags that I got. So stash goals bags. That's why when you look at my chicken, you can see the bottom kind of has holes in it because the hook actually, I think, is too big for that yarn. Just my just my thought. And then as you get to the top there, you can see the rows that don't have holes. That's using the chenille from Premier, and this hook works well with that. So is it worth the money? Is it worth what was it, $5.99 or something I paid? I mean, maybe. I have the instructions now if I want to make more with better quality yarn. So I may do that, make more with better quality yarn. Maybe some real big chunky ones with some super plush yarn. Yeah, I like the pattern. The pattern was good. The eyes weren't good. I would not give this to a child if you are going to give them the eyes. If you have a stash of eyes and you want to gift this to a younger kid that may have younger siblings or younger people in the house that would play with it, give them your eyes that you know work well. The blush, I paintbrushed some marker on the cheeks. Kit it's fine. It's probably worth it. It's probably worth the $6. It has chenille yarn. It is not all usable though, but I have paid in the past more than that for patterns. Not something this simple, but the pattern itself, you know, it has value whether or not the kit has the best items in it or not. The pattern has value. So to me, sure, it was worth it. I don't know if all the yarns would be dyed in this manner. Maybe this kit got near a heater, or I don't know. I don't know. But it isn't wise to put red yarn next to white yarn in any event. So it was kind of like not of a great thought process from the company. I did not use all the fiberfill. As you can tell, he's pretty fat already. I used about half of it. And I like the way he sits the way mine's sitting. Better than the box showing it flat. I like mine. I think it looks more chicken-esque, if you will. The pattern was easy to follow. I don't remember having a problem at all with the pattern. I changed the beak only because I wanted to. And I just didn't like the blush being one strand of yarn. I didn't like that, so I just did mine. But overall, yeah, I think it's worth it. I would just be hyper aware that if you're going to buy the kit, the yarn could be damaged. Like mine was, but it may not be also. And the eyes are not, quote, safety eyes. They are eyes, but they're not safety eyes. It says skill level beginner. Knowledge of crochet is required. I think that's true. It's not for a complete beginner. It's not. It's not for a complete beginner. If you grab this off the shelf, you take it home and you think you're going to be able to do it, it's not going to be easy. So the pattern doesn't tell you basic stitches. You have to know the basic stitches. So is it for a complete beginner? No, I don't think so. You do have to, like it says, you have to have knowledge of crochet. So I think it was worth finding out what was in the kit, how the pattern works out and all that. For me, I thought it was pretty cheap, very similar to the Five Below kits, but it had chenille yarn. What would I rate it? Well, the yarn is damaged. So I don't know. As I said, the pattern has value. What I used has value. I could have maybe pieced, no, see, there's yellow and there's pink in the yarn. So if you wanted a pristine chicken, you would definitely not get one with my kit. I don't know. It's very cheap. Like cost-wise, it was like $5.99 or $6. So cost-wise, it's fairly cheap. I think the pattern is decent. You maybe could find the pattern for free elsewhere also. Like chickens aren't hard to come by these days. I would probably rate it a 3 out of 5. It's okay. it's not great, and the contents could have been not dyed by the other yarn. The eyes could be better quality as well. So I'll give it a generous 3 out of 5. I do have the pattern for when I want to make more. So that is my wrap up of the quick chenille crochet kit chicken. I'll be back to talk to you about the cat. Okay, let's talk about Kaylee the cat. I completed Kaylee the cat, and I enjoyed making this little kitty. I did not follow the instructions all the way though. So the instructions want you to do all of the pieces separately and then combine them. I decided I wasn't going to do that, and I connected the head to the body. I also did not make the patch for the belly. I didn't like the way it looked. I just did not like the way it looked on my cat here. So I did give her some eyelashes. I gave her a hint of eyebrows, but you can barely see them. And I did switch up her nose. I did not like her nose. So her ears I did different as well. So what I did do was I followed the pattern for the head. I made the head. I skipped I think it was the second or third round of the body and just went straight from the head to the body. And I've done that many times previously with making amigurumis that I don't want to separate the head from the body. All you need to do is skip the beginning of whatever the body calls for to start it and match up your stitches from your head to the body so that you have a neck, but also so it's not weird and wobbly. That's it. I did do the body as the instructions said. Like I said, I left the patch out. I did the hands and the legs exactly the same as the pattern. What I switched on the ears was it wanted you to do a patch for the ears and sew it onto the ear, whereas I was like, well, how about I just change color? And I should have done that for the belly, but I did not. The ears I did do that way. I completely made it part of the ear instead of a patch on the ear. This yarn is just too thick to do that, in my opinion. It looks a little goofy. The nose was like the simplest little boop, and I did a triangle nose. It just, to me, looks better. I just like it. I like it way better. I think she needs a bow. I'm just like looking at her thinking, how cute would you be with a bow in your hair? So I might make her something to wear, possibly a little scarf or something. I think that would be cute. But as is, I enjoyed this kit a lot, much more than the chicken kit, although it's way more involved than the chicken kit. This one was called an intermediate pattern, and like I said at the beginning of the video, they have videos, so it's not a big deal if you're struggling with a pattern. That should help you, because every time I do a review on kits, I get a lot of requests to show people, and I cannot do that. That is illegal. I will not do that. I cannot do that. Some people do that, and you can maybe find them, seek them out, but I'm not going to do that. I think that is, it's disrespectful to the people that you buy the pattern from. And it's also, you are making yourself a legal liability in the fact that you're stealing someone's content and sharing it, because these kits were meant to be bought. And if they are to have instructional video, it is by the company that made it, or if they grant somebody permission to do the videos. I, in the past, have reached out to Dollar Tree and asked their permission, and of course, I never got a response. So I'm not going to reach out to companies and ask them, because I feel like if they wanted to do that, they already would be doing that. And these guys are. So if you need the visual help, you'll have that in this kit. I think it's a good kit. This one was $11, and feel like it was a little over 11, like 11.40, something like that. I did notice that online they had different ones that our store does not have. So look at walmart.com, see what's in your area for these kits, and go from there. I think the pizza was only $8.99 online. So if you're looking to make a piece of pizza, $8.99 is very cheap, especially when you're getting a fairly decent yarn. This is the yarn I have left over. Could I make another one? Probably not, you know, but I could try. I'm not going to try, but there's a fair amount there, I think. The eyes were more difficult to take apart than the chicken set. So the eyes, you know, if you used a dab of glue on these eyes, I think they would be fine. I did not. I obviously used my own, but I think these eyes would probably be fine if you just did a dab of glue or burn the end like I've shown in videos previously. I like the metal needle. That was enjoyable. The hook was just a basic metal hook, and I did not use that. I used my Sevensun Mimosa hook, which currently is right up there as my favorite hook with Sensepeak and my LOOEN set. And I recently had a discussion on one of my videos with one of my subscribers that was asking me about that. What was my favorite hook, or if that was my favorite hook over Clover, and it definitely is. Not that you guys care about that, because you're not here for that. But if you're looking for really, really good hooks, I will link my videos below for those. They're pristine, excellent hooks. A little more higher price, not the Sensepeak, but the ones with the wooden handles. A little more higher price, but absolutely worth it. And if I can, I will drop those into the linkable products for you to take a look at on Amazon. I also have the Amazon link, so I can do that as well. I like this kit a lot. I would buy more of them. I wanted to try them out because I knew they were brand new to me at my store. You may have seen them at your store, but is completely new to me at my store. I like it. I would rate this one 5 out of 5 for sure. The other kid a 3 out of 5. So yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. I enjoyed playing with her face and making her like individually my own. And she's fun. And the thing about this yarn is that it is really, you don't really have to stuff it. I did not stuff the legs or arms because this kit is made with this yarn that has a lot of sturdiness to it. One thing I did do with this kit that I previously had never done before, and that is yarn under. I yarned under every single time that I could remember that I was doing that. So for the majority of this, I would say probably 98% of Kaylee the cat, I yarned under, and that is so much better for me as far as Amigurumi goes. I like her. I think she's sweet. Her face is just a little wonk, but I think that gives her some character. She's fun, and I got her, for the most part, to sit up. I was just messing around with her, but she does sit up, and her tail is adorable. I really like this kit a lot. I think it is worth the $11 and change. So yeah, those are my reviews for the 2 kits that I picked up at Walmart. Check them out. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time.